Hi Gemini, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Readings from ours. We're going to do your week ahead reading 12th to the 18th of August 2019. Weekly check-in, so we're using today the Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore and illustrated by Julia Jeffrey, and we're also using another Barbara Moore deck, which is the Tarot in Wonderland deck, amazing deck. Also the Fade Tarot, really funny, really good deck, and spiritual advice comes from the Angel Answers. Okay, Oracle cards. For your second reading, which is the 15 card reading on other general energies, work, money and romance, we use the Spellcaster's Tarot. Here it is, hope you can see that. And spiritual advice comes from in the romantic area, Romance Angels, general area, Tea Leaf cards, and in your work area, Angels of Abundance. Okay, let's get shuffling. Okay, Gems, cards are down. You'll see that card, which is your support card, fell out, even though the shuffle is real quick. Very interesting, so I'll put that there in that place. The advice cards from the Angels Answers, I don't shuffle that just yet until the end of the reading, okay? So who are you this week, Gemini? You are, you're the Seven of Swords. You'll see, I love the way that this Seven of Swords is done, because you can see absolute transparency, but you are the Seven of Swords. This is who you are. And I think, you know, this is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius card anyway. This is usually an Aquarius, though, is the Seven of Swords energy. Seeking freedom is the Seven of Swords. Sometimes, I don't say that Aquariuses avoid responsibilities, but they're definitely free thinkers. They're the free thinkers of the zodiac, I think they are. But this is all about strategy more than anything. And it's interesting because I feel that you guys this week are strategists. I don't see this as you, because the Seven of Swords has many meanings. One of them is about planning and plotting and devising. But I think that you're very transparent in all that you do. I think that you're very honest about what you do, because you're transparent. People can see right through you. You're not hiding anything. And you're not particularly vulnerable because you're not fully naked. You know, you're partly naked and partly clothed. So I feel that in a way you show the areas that you feel it's necessary to show to others. And I feel that this week it's all about planning, strategizing ahead. This could be in anything. It could be in business. It could be in love, whatever it is. I'm seeing a strategy and a plan being devised here by a Gemini, and I think that you're letting people know that you are making these plans. You're holding the Ace of Swords, so you're definitely kind of initiating new plans and ideas going forward with the Ace of Swords. Probably wanting, with this Ace of Swords in your hand, you'll notice that each, you know, there's no seven swords on here, there's only the one ace, there's only the one sword, which is interesting that this deck tends to do that. You know, it'll say, you know, 10 of wands and give you one wand. But it doesn't matter, because, you know, I like this depiction of the Seven of Swords. I don't feel that this is threats. I feel that this is more protection. And I get the impression when I look at this particular image as well that you guys are just trying to protect something. But I also feel that you're keeping your ear to the ground, because I'm noticing the ear. It's not to the ground, but it's definitely to the wall. So I get the impression that you're keeping your ear close to the wall. You're picking up a few kind of hints and tips and tricks, and you're picking up information that could be valuable to you this week, because it's all about cutting away, number one, with that Ace of Swords in your hand, from the past. I feel that you're ready to take action, should you, or should it be required of you, because the sword is the plan of, it is the weapon of attack. So I don't mean that you're going to attack anyone, Gemini, but you're ready to take action. If you have to go to war, you'll go to war. I feel that you're planning, you're strategizing, you're putting things into a certain amount of order. I feel that you're being as transparent as much as you can about it. I think that you're showing certain parts of the situation where you can, and other parts you won't show. But I certainly feel that there is a sense with this Seven of Swords, Gemini, about you guys really kind of keeping your ear to the ground, keeping your ear to the wall, just wanting to keep in there and find out what's going on. And there's a sense of needing to get information so that you can kind of benefit your way forward in whatever the situation is, which is very interesting. Pardon me if I take little sips of I'm drinking a sparkling, I'm giving you a bit of an advert here, aren't I? Sparkling rhubarb ginger beer. It's really nice. Okay, here we go. Sorry, you probably didn't want to know that, actually. Let's have a look at your, what's going on with your Theme for the week. Your theme for the week is all about, yeah, would it make sense? It's money, isn't it? Wheel of Fortune. Not just fortune, how can you change things for the better? Because that's the wheel. The wheel turns. Okay, if you look at this particular wheel, can you see how this is you and this is someone else. You're saying, right, well, if we do this here, then it's almost like you're drawing a map. So I definitely see the correlation between the two cards that indicate the idea of planning and strategizing, because you look like you're doing it on both cards. Keeping your ear to the wall, trying to get as much information as you can, so that you can use it to benefit you going forward. I don't feel that it's in a deceptive way or anything like that, because I think that you're being as transparent as you possibly can. You know, you don't want to give all of your plans away, but certainly you're being transparent as you possibly can, because it involves the theme of the wheel. This is changing things up. Some of you guys probably been going through a tricky time. Could be within your business, it could be with money, it could be with job, but you've been trying to kind of put a strategy in place, I think, this week, because it involves, you know, big deals for some of you guys. It involves kind of correction, you know, which is what the wheel is. The wheel is about a correction. It's about changing things. If things aren't going so great, it's about, well, how do we get them to go better? Wheel of Fortune. How do we get to turn things from shit to good, you know? And I think that this is the plan, whether this is making lots of money, whether this is getting a new job, whether this is, you know, moving out of a relationship that you're not happy in, and, you know, moving somewhere else. There's definitely an ethos that I can see here, or a running theme of planning in both cards. What is it, your key goal for the week? The Knight of Coins energy. So the Knight of Coins is all about assessment and review, hard work, diligence with the Knight of Coins energy, practicality with the Knight of Coins energy. Do I read the Knight of Coins as being a card of achievement? For me, he's not the card of achievement. Well, he can be, because you can hold power in your hands. He doesn't look very powerful on this card, though. It's beautiful, isn't it, the illustration of the Knight of Coins. He looks like he's crafting something, though. Can you see how he's putting this little star together? And that's interesting, because what I love about the tarot is how you can interpret the cards in whichever way you like. As long as you've got a basic knowledge, guys, you don't need loads of knowledge on the tarot, but you do need to have knowledge. Because when you know the rules, you can break them, basically. What I'm seeing on this, can you see that's a star? I feel that your key goal for the week is to make your own star. It is to craft your own stardom and your own special piece of magic with this Knight of Coins. But you're doing it from your own fair hands, Gemini. You're not asking for a handout here. This isn't about, like, I want instant fame. Your plan is to work for your fame. Your plan this week is your goal this week is to work hard for the success that you know that you'll get through this energy showing here. That is your goal for the week with the Knight of Coins energy. Some of you guys, the goal might be to get some assistance. Knight of Coins represents to, you know, being servitude to others. So this can be somebody who's supporting or helping you. You know, the goal might be to get money or to get financial help or something like that with the Knight of Coins energy. The Knight of Coins might be that your goal is to present your work, for example, with the Knight of Coins energy to others. It's a card of presentation. He usually holds the pentacle out like this. But in essence, this card is all about hard work bringing reward. And being very diligent and very focused and very dedicated to that. So I feel the goal for the week is to really kind of focus on the work it's going to take to bring these changes about, to put these strategies and ideas into place. And the focus for the week, the goal for the week is, well, I have the Seven of Swords, a strategy that I'm putting into place. I'm keeping my ears to the ground, to the wall, listening to as much information as I can, and I want to initiate a few ideas, and I'm working out some form of a plan and strategy how I'm going to do that, you know, because the theme of the week is all about fortune, getting lots of money, or getting my big break, or, you know, putting a few plans into action, working with others to get this thing rolling. Maybe the theme for the week is that things have been going shit, and you say to yourself, Gemini, this week it's going to go better. It's going to be better, because my goal for the week is the Knight of Coins energy. My goal for the week is to work hard and work diligently and not to give up and to focus entirely on this plan of action. Okay? My goal for the week is to make my own special brand of magic, or to present myself as the star, because you've got the star, he's got the star in his hand, he's made it himself. He's crafted his star. So your goal for the week is, I'm going to craft my star. I'm going to craft my image, perhaps. It's funny how this is ruled by Aquarius, and he's making this, you know, even though this is the pentagram or so? I don't know what they call it, but this is the star. It's funny, isn't it? But it's almost like your goal for the week is to craft your own special brand of freedom, if that makes any sense, Gemini. And I feel that, but definitely in there is the notion of to work hard and diligently, and to, you know, if you've got paperwork to do, to get all of that done, to get things in order, because this is building. Knight of Coins is the builder of the tarot as well. So your goal for the week might be to build on these ideas going forward this week. You've got an idea here, but it is to build on that, so that this idea that you have with the Seven of Swords, where you're working through a plan and a strategy and all of that stuff, your plan might be, well, you know, my plan is to have this take shape, because look, he's devising a shape in the Pentacle star. So my plan would be to have all of this take shape, and remember, the Pentacles represent things becoming form. So my plan would be, my goal is to have whatever the ideas and strategies are in both of these cards here, is to actually have them take shape and to start to show some form this week. Okay, something that I can show, something that I can feel, something that I can see, and that others can see as well. And what is the obstacle you need to overcome? The Lovers. Okay, so it might be that you've got some form of, because Lovers isn't always relationship, it's the people that you're close to. Might be that your supporters or your friends don't like your ideas. Because the Lovers is all about your supporters and your friends. It's not just, and I don't think this is love. I think this is the people that are close to you, the people that support you. But the obstacle might be that you have to overcome, that they don't like what you've been putting out, or they don't like the idea or the plan that you've got concerning moving forward in this situation. They don't like your ideas, they don't like your plans, they don't like your strategies, they don't like any of it. And they don't like what you're showing either. Because your goal is to have all of this energy here take form with that Knight of Coins through hard work and practicality and dedication. But the obstacle you have to overcome is the Lovers. Whether this could be a love relationship, of course it could, especially if you're working really hard. But also it could simply be, well, my friends and my family and the people who support me and all the rest of it, they don't really like what I've been trying to kind of put across. What could you be accomplishing though? The Three of Wands. Well, you could certainly be accomplishing the first stage, because the Three of Wands is all about launching and exploration and the expansion of an idea, and this is all about, what's the word, expanding your horizons. This is about you have the Two of Wands, so you have the Ace of Wands, which is the idea, and then the Two of Wands, which is the first piece of action on that idea. And then the Three of Wands, where you're literally kind of letting this all go. So some of you guys, you might be accomplishing being able to, whatever it is that you form with the Knight of Coins, it might be what you're accomplishing is being able to finally put it out there with that Three of Wands. Because Three of Wands is all about initiating and putting the idea out there. You know, this is about forming, because he's the builder of the tarot. So if you've got the plans and the strategies and the ideas, with that Seven of Swords, this is you guys doing that, getting as much information as you can, strategizing, working on a plan. The theme of the week is, how do we change a situation around? How do I get as much money maybe, or fame, whatever it is with that Wheel of Fortune? Well, my goal for the week is to work hard and diligently until I get some form of prototype or some form of this situation or this idea into some form of shape, till I whip it into shape, or I've got something that I can show in physical form in terms of what this plan is. And it might be as a result of that by the end of the week, well, finally I've got something I can launch here with the Three of Wands energy, something I can show to others. What is it you need to avoid? The Sun, being overly confident about the situation. Because the Sun is a card about being overly confident. It's a card of the ego. So usually when you get cards like Suns and Nine of Cups in avoid or obstacle areas, you need to really avoid being too confident, because you don't really know how it's going to go. It's great to be confident because you've worked hard. You know exactly what your objectives are, Gemini, but don't be too don't count your chickens before they hatch with the Sun energy. What do you need to embrace? The King of Cups. I feel that, I don't think this is a person, I think it's an energy. I think that you need to embrace that you're going to have to weather the storm. There's going to be ups and downs, and you're going to have trust. Because this is one of my cards that I speak of as being a card that in trusting in a higher energy. You see how that king sits on water? If I was to sit on a chair like that on water, and I know that I should really be sinking, I'm going to panic. He doesn't panic. He sits on the water and he kind of just sucks the whole thing up. He's kind of like, okay, well, I could sink, but I think I'm just going to kind of visualize myself, you know, swimming, just floating. So the King of Cups is about thinking positively. You know, you've got no place to indulge in any negative thought, because this is all about having trust and faith. So you're going to need to embrace your ability to have trust and faith in the situation, because, and it's saying don't be overconfident in the avoidance area. So Gemini is saying, look, you need to avoid being overly confident with the sun energy. But at the same time, you need to embrace that, you know, it is a process with this King of Cups energy. And avoid being overly confident because you don't know where it's going to go, but embrace that no matter what happens, you're going to have some faith, and you're just going to have to trust in the process. Because there will still be little ups and downs. And where can you find support if you need it? High Priestess. Know any tarot readers, guys? Okay, there's a couple of people really. I mean, High Priestess could definitely be maybe somebody who works as a reader, or somebody who works as a clairvoyant, or somebody who's quite spiritual. Okay, so go to someone who can give you, I think, some spiritual advice and enlightenment, because that's what the High Priestess is designed for. She sits behind her van, and you can see that Alice is here. Alice is here talking to the High Priestess. This is an oracle of information. This is somebody who has great wisdom. So it doesn't have to be a tarot reader. It's just, you know, it has to be somebody who's really wise, though. So if you need support, go to somebody who is really wise. Somebody who will be able to enlighten you. Especially maybe in terms of spiritually. You know, if you want to see how something's going to go to somebody who could probably give you the answer. Some of you guys probably need a tarot reader. I don't know. Something like that. She's a tarot reader in the tarot. Let's have a look. What is the advice that the universe has for you? Universe, but what's the advice that you have for Gemini? What is the advice that you have for Gemini in this reading for the week? Coherent sentence, please. So, within the next few weeks, Gemini, okay. I think it's corrected itself. It started off saying within the next few weeks, and then it says no. But you need to trust. No, I don't think it's correcting itself. Of course, the angels aren't going to correct themselves. It's saying within the next few weeks, it's saying something's happening in the next few weeks that you've got to say no to, because you've just got to trust. So there's something happening in the next few weeks, Gemini, that you're going to have to say no to, because the universe is requiring you to trust. It's all, you know, maybe there are things that are happening because it's testing your faith. You know, you're going to have to trust that there's going to be big happy changes. Okay? Now is not the right time, but there will be imperfect timing. Don't stop. There's no need to worry. That's where it stops. So get this reading again. It's saying within the next few weeks you're to say no, because you need to trust that there's going to be some big happy changes. Okay? It's not the right time right now for something, but in perfect time it will be. Don't stop, because there's no need to worry. Alright, that is your reading, guys, and we're going to come back with your 15 card reading. Bear with me, I'm going to do a quick shuffle. Hi Gemini, so we've got the layout, here it is, and let's have a look at the other energies coming in for you between the 12th and the 18th of, between the 12th and the 18th of August 2019. So, first card, Ace of Wands, Card that deals with new beginnings, passion, excitement, inspired action, Ace of Wands energy, inspiration on ideas, Ace of Wands energy, instantaneous things happening. Sometimes you get the Ace of Wands, it could happen within the next few hours, timing wise, or in a week. At the most with the Ace of Wands, there's a very fast and spontaneous feel to this card when it shows up. I'm just looking at where I've put my pointer pen. There it is. So Ace of Wands first, and then what have we got next? Ah, the Devil. So already we're seeing a similarity here between the both cards, because the Ace of Wands and the Devil, what they've got in common is that they're very sexual cards together. So this is probably something to do with sex, or very strong sexual energy between these two cards. Gemini. Let's have a look. What's the next card? Okay, it's involving a Knight of Wands. Not Knight of Wands, sorry, Knight of Coins. So this could be this week. There's some very strong sexual energy between you, and it could be somebody who's got Earth in their chart. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn with the Knight of Coins energy showing here. I always find it interesting though when I see the Knight of Coins and the Devil together, because this Knight of Coins is a great card to get. But the problem with them being kind of next door to the Devil energy is that this person can become obsessive. The Knight of Coins is already obsessive. He's very, very, very obsessive because he's extraordinarily dedicated to his work. So this can sometimes be the workaholic combination as well, because the Devil is all about doing things overly, and there's an excessiveness to the card. It's about being chained to something. When you get it sometimes in a work reading, the Devil is about being completely ambitious. This is a card of ambition, and the Knight of Coins is a very ambitious individual within the tarot. He's always working really hard to achieve his ambitions, for example. So sometimes this person can spend a long time in the workplace, or a long time, you know, hours at work, doesn't come home till late, that type of thing. Sometimes in terms of sexually, which I think this might be, I'm not sure yet. We have to see what the other cards are saying. But this Ace of Wands energy here, passion, sex, excitement, then that Devil energy there, again, it's kind of indicating there's something sexual here, because this is pure sexual energy, raw sexual energy of the Devil. Knight of Coins can also be somebody who is driven by his desires and his passions, because he's an Earth card. So this is about earthly desire. Okay, somebody who is very focused on his earthly desires, could be for sex, with the Devil energy as well. So I get the impression, Gemini, that this week it looks like this is kind of, you know, along the lines of love, to be honest with you. I feel that this week, Gemini, what we're looking at is, with this Ace of Wands and the Devil energy, there's a real kind of sexual energy, and I think it's either with, this could be a long-time partner, so it might be that you are, you know, engaging in that type of thing this week for some reason more than usual, because it's coming up, or this could be, you know, an Earth sign. It could be both. Maybe this is somebody you've been with for quite a while, but I'm getting, you know, a lot of sexual energy. Let's have a look at the next card. Four of Wands, relationship in the home. So maybe there's a lot of sexual energy. Knight of Wands energy, Knight of Coins energy with a long-term partner, or maybe this could be a work partner with the Knight of Coins energy, or somebody with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in their chart. Something to do with, and what's interesting in this is, with this Four of Wands, is the tie around the hands. So it's almost like you guys have agreed to something. I'm seeing a binding here, and you've got the Devil with that as well. And sometimes when you get the Devil with the Two of Wands, or maybe even the Four of Wands, some people want to quickly rush to this card and say that it's about abuse and you know, toxic relationships, and it can be, but to me this doesn't look like it is, because it's not aspected by anything negative. So this is probably something to do with a pure bond, or a pure, and the hands are bound together. So I'm seeing a, you know, a bond between you and somebody else this week, like a real strong bond, and there's a lot of sexual energy with this person and a real bond with them this week, Gemini. What's the next card? Yeah, Nine of Cups. Again, you've got 3 sexual cards. Nine of Cups is about pleasure. Sexual pleasure is one of the meanings of the Nine of Cups. Ace of Wands, that's the phallic symbol of a man's penis, so that's definitely very strong erection. Oh God, I don't think I'm allowed to say this type of reading. Oh man, I don't really want to go there. But yeah, it is about an erect penis, basically, the Ace of Wands. It's very strong sexual energy here. And the Devil is, again, a card about raw passion, raw sexual energy. So this is passion and sexual energy. 3 cards indicating that within the home. 4 of Wands with a Knight of Coins. So I think this is a week of a lot of sexual fun for some of you Geminis this week, okay? Also, I feel there's a lot of pleasure and contentment within the home. So a lot of kind of raw sexual energy with this partner, and with that 4 of Wands, a lot of pleasure and happiness and kind of contentment within the home. I think that you're spending a lot of time with someone here this week, and I think a lot of it will be spent sexually with that individual for some of you Geminis, okay? If it's not sexually, then I definitely feel there's just a lot of pleasure happening here, because the Devil is not always a bad card. We don't always read that card as a bad card. Sometimes it's a, you know, it's a good card. It's not a bad card. Sometimes this can be a very deep bond, especially if you've got it with something like maybe the 2 of Cups, maybe even a High Priestess in there, you know. The Majors are the strong energies coming down from the universe trying to tell us stuff or teach us things. So, you know, this is not always a bad, and I don't think this is a bad thing here. Let's have a look at, I think this is love. It feels like it, because it's mainly about the sexual element of your love life probably this week, Gemini. Let's have a look at the next set of cards. Okay, I'm not keen on that, because this is in the love area, and whenever you get the 7 of Swords in the love area, it's never really good, because it's about somebody who's being underhanded and deceptive. Okay, it's involving a group. When you get the 5 of Wands, they're often competitors. So I think somebody's being deceptive, and I think it's involving other people, this 5 of Wands. Okay, I think that this person here is being deceptive. I think that they've been contacting other people over the internet. The Star card can actually mean things done over the internet. For example, internet dating with the Star. And I think this person's been contacting others over the internet, and I think they've been very underhanded about it. Okay, this person, or this could be you, because you are air. So this could be leaving you worried about, what are you worried about? Whether this person is committed or not. Okay, I don't know whether it's in line with this, because this energy here is the love area as well. This is the love reading. There's 2 areas that are showing love. I mean, it could be completely separate. It could be for some of you Geminis that you are enjoying a really, you know, fun sexual relationship with your partner this week. You know, could be someone you just met, but Knight of Coins should usually be someone you've been building something with, and it's just an earth sign or somebody with earth in their chart. But I see a lot of enjoyment this week, and happiness and pleasure and satisfaction. But on the other hand, for some of you Geminis, it might be that there is a you know, a deceptive partner within your relationship. They've been contacting other people online, and maybe you are worried about whether you're going to have a commitment with them or whether they're committed. Could also be that this is the same. I'm just reading it in all sorts of ways, guys. It could also be that this area here is the same. That, yeah, you have a lot of pleasure with a partner, but the problem is this partner may be deceptive. 7 of Swords. And they are playing around with other people online, for example. You know? The Devil is all about chains, bad behaviour. You know, we've got a Star energy here. I don't think this is, sometimes this is things coming to light, or corruption coming to light, for example. So maybe something could be coming to light here. Some people might want to call that healing with that, but this reminds me of also with the Star energy. Star means many things. There is healing with this. But I think that because we have it being aspected by the 9 of Swords, which is worrying about the commitment, I would say that probably some form of corruption with that Devil energy, and we do have that 7 of Swords sitting in there. I think something is coming to light here for some of you guys potentially in a relationship, and it's going to have you worried about this, about whether they're committed or not. Because even though for some of you guys you have fun within, there's a lot of sexual fun, there's a lot of pleasure, might even be with the 4 of Wands, there's a proposal here or something like that, or you make a promise or a commitment to each other, and there the 9 of Cups sit, and there's great satisfaction because of this, and you think, yeah, finally I got it in the bag. Maybe there could be some kind of hidden behaviour here, some bad behaviour with that Devil energy, some corruption with that Devil energy that comes to light, because the Star reveals as well. It guides the way, it shines the light. And that might have you worried about this commitment, because that 4 of Wands in Hierophant is often marriage as well. or it's a union or a very strong commitment together. All right, so I'm not saying it's for everyone, but I'm just saying potentially something like this could occur. Or you might just, some of you might just enjoy, experience this element, and some of you might just experience these elements as well. The last card's work. Let's have a look. King of Swords reversed. Okay, so King of Swords reversed. That's a bit of a liar, and he's also quite cruel. This might be somebody that you're dealing with in the workplace, or this could be you. I'm not calling you a liar, but the King of Swords reversed is your sign. Gemini, he's usually Aquarius, but for the purposes of the reading, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, Four of Swords. So, for me, sometimes the King of Swords doesn't tell the truth and can be hiding the truth. So truth is hidden here, because Four of Swords, any cards like Four of Swords or the Eight of Swords, you're not really speaking, are you? So you might be keeping information to yourself. So there might be some wrong information. Remember, he's reversed, so he's not doing things moralistically, or, he's not speaking the truth, and it's hidden with the Four of Swords. So there might be something that's hidden here. It's not a truth, it's a lie that's hidden. Are you guys hiding a lie? Or it's not that you're doing it on purpose, but it might be that you're hiding something here. Three of Coins energy. Could be something to do with lack of experience. This is something to do with securing. Four of Coins. High position. Six of Wands. It looks to me that this week some of you guys might be deciding to omit some information. It could be on your resume or your CV. So you can secure a position, a high position. Be careful of that one though, because it's coming up in the reading. If you're going for a job or something like that, then I would probably say just be a little bit careful, because you might be, the King of Swords reverse is where we don't tell the truth. The Four of Swords is where that's hidden. The Three of Coins reverse can be a lack of skills or lack of experience. The Four of Coins is to secure, and that's high position, because she's standing on a pedestal, or as a way to secure some recognition. So it's either going to be that you're doing this, Gemini, this week, or somebody else around you is doing this. They're omitting some lie. There's a lie, there's an untruth with the King of Swords in the reverse, and they're not saying it. They're not talking the truth. They're not talking about the lie. They're not talking about something that's not honest. And it could be something to do with the Three of Coins in the reverse. Either a lack of skills in an area, or maybe something to do with another job or something like that. That was left, because Three of Coins in the reverse means to leave a team. Maybe this is something to do with a reason why they left a relationship, maybe, or a team or something like that, so that they can secure recognition, or you can secure recognition, fame, high position. So somebody's doing something. It's either you or somebody else may be doing something, so you can, not talking, not telling something. There's something you're not doing. You're not saying something, so you can secure a position. The other way to look at it could be that maybe in the workplace you've got a really nasty piece of work, quite a cruel individual. This person will make jibes. Maybe you want to withdraw, Gemini. Maybe you're thinking about withdrawing from this person here, leaving the group. Three of Coins in the reverse. Possibly looking to secure a position or a high position, or to secure some recognition, or even an interview or something like that somewhere else. Very interesting. Let's quickly get then the advice cards on these areas. So for love, which I believe is both areas here, what is the advice that we have? What is the advice, universe, you have for this area? We spoke about in the love area that for some Geminis, there's great passion this week, great contentment, happiness within a relationship. It even looks like it could be them, having some form of commitment being made to them with that Four of Wands. And we've got the Nine of Cups, which is wishes coming true, and happiness and joy and contentment. It looks like a really good week in terms of sex and happiness and fun and joy. But then we've got in this area here, deception, universe, and somebody who's contacting others online, I think. And there's also worry about commitment, I think, from Gemini's point of view. If this kind of fits in with this universe, we're saying that maybe corruption is coming to light with that star energy showing here, and the Gemini will be worried about whether this person is committed or not in truth. So what is the advice that you have for Gemini on this situation? What is the advice that you have for Gemini on this situation? Right, it says it's true love. This is the romance of a lifetime, so I don't know. Maybe it's there, because this doesn't look good to me. And this looks like somebody's actually doing something, because you've got the Seven of Swords. Not unless that, because the Seven of Swords is running off. I'm just going to have a look at these two together as well. You know, he is running away from that Five of Wands as well. But Seven of Swords, doesn't matter where it is, it is usually deception, but he is trying to avoid this. So maybe the partner is trying to avoid doing this. Maybe he's trying to avoid the temptation of contacting people online, because you're worried about the commitment. So this person might have done this in the past. Maybe they're going to avoid it. Maybe this isn't about them doing it. Maybe it's saying that they've done it before, but they're going to try and avoid it because they know they're going to worry you sick about whether they're committed. And it does look like somebody wants to commit here. True love is saying that this is a romance of a lifetime. That's what it's saying. So maybe, just maybe, somebody's trying to clean up their act. Let's have a look quickly at work. All right. Okay. Universe Spirit, can you just show me what is the advice through the angels of abundance for work for Gemini this week? What is the advice you have for Gemini? Right. Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. So the key to manifesting quickly is to have a very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes your own reward. Okay. And finally, we're just going to do quickly your tea leaves. So we're going to get 3 cards. What is the most important information for Gemini to know this week? What is the most important information for Gemini to know? In 3 cards. Right. 1, 2. All right, we've got 4 out. 4 came out in my hand. So the most important thing for you to know this week, Gems, is, let's have a look. Claw, be careful and do not take risks. Broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Sorry guys, it's coming up in the cards. Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And frying pan, trouble and accusation. Sorry, it's what's coming up. I can't, you know, there's not a lot. I'm not thinking anything when I do the cards. It always worries me as a tarot reader on YouTube that people get really offended by stuff. And I'm one of these readers that I don't think anything when I'm doing the cards. My mind is a blank space. There's nothing. Because you have to be like that. When you're on private readings, you can't bring any, you know. You just can't bring your shit into readings. You can't bring anything. You've got to just be a blank space. It has to be, or else you're going to fuck over the reading. You really are going to fuck it over. You've got to be a complete and utter blank space. You've got no choice. If you can't do that, then you can't be a tarot reader, because you will screw people's readings. So all I'm saying is that this is just what's coming up. I'm not thinking anything at all. All I'm thinking about right now is, I've got to go and get a coffee. But, because it's very early morning, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm finishing off, you know, readings and stuff, because it's got to go out later on. But yeah, Claw, be careful and don't take risks this week, okay? Broken ring, you might see a partner of the ways in terms of a business deal, or it could be a partnership. I don't think it'll be this partnership. I'm hoping it's not, because it says it's true love. Indecisiveness and allowing your life to ramble. So some of you guys might be feeling very indecisive. And actually that King of Swords reversed is a card about clouded thoughts as well. So there might be something about indecisiveness with that King of Swords as well. Okay? But it's coming from you. It might be some of you guys are indecisive about withdrawing from a group. You've got 2 withdrawal cards as well. 4 of Swords reverses to withdraw, and the 3 of Coins in the reverse is to withdraw from the group. So it might be that you're undecided whether you're going to withdraw from the group here. Some of you guys wanting to secure a better position, because that's securing and that's going to be a better position. Alright, so it might also be that you're kind of indecisive because you want to withdraw. You're indecisive, wanting to take time out to think. You've definitely been contemplating as well. 4 of Swords is to contemplate. Indecisive, and you're going to contemplate this week withdrawing from your job, from the group that you work in. You are basically wanting to secure a better position as well. So that would make sense with the parting of the ways business-wise in this broken ring. So ending a contract probably, because you're looking for something better here for some of you Geminis. And also the indecisiveness as well. It's saying that there's some trouble and accusations as well. That could be in love, though, it feels like to me, because of this, this Nine of Swords and the Hierophant energy showing there as well. Very interesting reading. I'm just going to ask the universe. Universe, can you just give Gemini something nice? Just tell them something nice. What is a nice piece of advice you have for them this week in 2 cards? What's a nice piece of advice you have for the Geminis this week in 2 cards? Okay. Broom. There's a new home and a new attitude. There you go. See, you ask the cards and it will give you what you need. See, they've just come out. You saw me just take the cards out, you know. I didn't look at them or anything. I've just put my hands in, delved in, and this is what came out. It says there's new home and a new attitude with that home. But also this could be about you clearing a lot of stuff up in the home, and you're going to have some great happiness as well, the Harp. All right? Brilliant. Thank you, universe. Always answering our needs, always. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, universe. Thank you for that. Gemini, you guys know how we do. Love you very much. I always enjoy reading for Gemini. Always, always, always. I've got some very phenomenal Gemini clients anyway. I love Gemini very much. Have a great week, my darlings. Don't worry too much about nothing. Remember, everything is under your control. All right? Have a great week, my sweethearts. Love you very much, my darlings. Bye, darlings. Bye.